Welcome to online teaching. We are discussing chapter 7, manufacturing industries, geography part. This is module 12. In 11th we discuss about the types of pollution. Now here we will describe the control of these pollution. Okay. As we have discussed that there are 4 types of the pollution. Okay, now some of the steps to minimize these types of the pollution. What are the precautions that we should take to stop this pollution? Okay, now as you know, if 1 liter of chemicals waste is spread into water, then it spoils 8 liters of water. It means if the waste from industries is coming in a form of 1 liter, then it affects 8 times. Now you can see the condition. It means it is one of the worst condition that we are facing, and a number of industries are there that are polluting everything. Okay. Now what are the steps that we should take? The first step is that we should adopt rainwater harvesting system so that the loss of the water that should be minimized. Okay, as we know that it will help to increase the water ground. Third is we should use the overuse water by reusing and recycle. It means the water that we have used, we should use in another way also 1-2 times with the help of the chemical, biological or physical processes, so that used water can be used into a new one also. That will help. Now another is we should throw the water from industries, not hot but cold. What will be that? Because you know that the waste from industries that is coming, that is a hot one, and it has a lot of chemicals. When this hot water is mixed with the water, then it affects it. So what is the main precaution? That waste should be thrown out in the industries, but that should be a cold one. That should be a cool one. Okay. In that the loss will be less. Okay. Now another is that we should adopt the chemical processes also, mechanical process also. We should use the mechanical processes to minimize the pollution, that is screening, sedimentation, etc. It means that water that is coming from the industries, that should be purely testified. After that it should be sent. That is also one of the important process by the means of machines, so that this waste that is thrown, that is spread into the water, that should create problem less. Next is by biological processes, by biological, physical and chemical processes that should also be adopted. It means some of the chemicals should be mixed with them. Even some of the wastewater system should also be adopted, and even some of the biological processes. What will be that? That will help to minimize the pollution. In anyhow, it doesn't matter, but we should adopt these policies, these forms that will help in minimizing this type of the pollution. Okay. Now next thing is that we will be discussing about, as you know, that groundwater. The groundwater is maximum overuse by the industries. The groundwater is maximum overuse because without the water the industries can't survive. So that is an important one also. That should be, some of the foundation should also be there. Yeah, that should be made legally, that you can use only this type of the water and only this quantity only. What will be that in that? Because some of the problem that the people are facing regarding the excessive use of groundwater, that can be minimized. Okay. Next thing is by using filter smoke chimneys in industries. What will be that? Some of the big chimneys should also be there and at a height, so that the pollution which is emitting from these chimneys or from these industries, that should move fastly and at a height, that will create less problem for the human beings. Next is electrostatic precipitators. What will be happen? These will help in refining the air pollution, because the dust that is mixing with the air, that can be purified. Some of the precipitators, some of the instruments that should be used, so that the mixing of the air, the impurities, that can be cleaned also. Next is scrubbers. That will also help in cleaning. What will be that? Some of the particles in machines or in nearby areas, that can be removed, that can be cleaned by the scrubbers, because that liquid will clean the dust particles, and that will help a lot also. And next is inertial separators. That will also clean the air, and that will separate the solid and the dust particles from these industries. And even fabric filters, that fabricators, that will also help, because these fabric that are, you may say, tied with the industries or to the layer of the industries, so that the waste or the other thing, that will be stopped there, and the pure air that will come from the industries. Okay. Next is about, we should use generator with silencers. That will also help, because that will create less noise pollution. These silencers will create less problem and a lot of, you may say, noise pollution, that should also be minimized. And even in industries, earplugs and some of the other things that should be also used into the ears, so that the things may not be affected. So these are some of the steps that can minimize, that can able to minimize the pollution. And as you know that industries, we should set up more and more industries, but main thing is there that how we can save our environment also. This is a type of the economic increment, yeah, economic production is there, but we should not affect our environment. That is also one of the challenge.